Good evening, everybody. It's Electrical Lessons. I want to thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And tonight on Unique Vibrations, we're going to discuss wanting to throw your phone in people's faces because the notification sound is driving you absolutely fucking insane, especially when you're trying to record. That being said, I should have probably turned the notifications off on my messenger, right? Yeah, you think that'd be a smart move. Alright, you guys, give me just a moment here. I'm going to go and take care of a few things, so not so much annoyance, and yeah, just a moment.
Never ever play to crowds, but I've seen you helping to play songs to them now. I've spent all night long scared tomorrow.
All right, there we go. So we're talking about empathy, sympathy. So, hold on, there we go. Sympathy and empathy. So the difference between sympathy, empathy, and all of those. Yeah. So go back to describing again.
So empathy is just like being able to put yourself in another person's shoes and feel or understand where they're coming from without putting any of your own emotion to it. It does not mean that you go in and to emotionless. It just means that you try to understand what their emotions are based on their actions. Sympathy, I think, is actually equivalent to pity, which I think pity is a very bad thing.
Yes.
But sympathy is, you feel bad for that person. You are sorry that something's happening to them.
You put them lower.
Empathy is, okay, this is happening to you. I understand that you're having a difficult time. I don't like that you're having a difficult time. How can we reduce the stress from this moment so that you are not overwhelmed? Sympathy is, oh, I feel bad for you, and walk away. And then there's the whole just, I'm trying to be empathetic, but I have no idea how, where you pretend like you understand what the other person's saying, and really all you're doing is saying, I feel bad for you, and walking away. So it's false.
Or even emotionally and mentally walking away, but still physically standing there. Right,
and it's empathy it's an action. It's not a state of being. It's a conscious effort to understand what somebody else is going through. Now, there are different forms of empathy. There's the psychic empathy, or clair empathy, where you clearly feel what other people are feeling. You're clearly able to empathize with their emotional state because you literally feel what they are feeling. And so you are able to interject your emotional response in that situation because your emotional response is their emotional response. Versus normal empathy, when I empathize with somebody on a day-to-day basis, it means that I am accepting of their situation and I want to help, but I understand that I have my own viewpoint also, and I try to not let that cloud. So.
All right. The difference between being private, professional, and personal. The 3 P's, the PPs.
3 P's. Okay, so professional is always attempting to maintain a level of
being objective, I think.
Being objective, but also being assertive. Being assertively objective, basically. Saying these are the things that are okay within our relationship, and if you step outside of them, then you are now entering into a personal level. Personal and professional should not ever cross, in my opinion. So just because I'm friends with you, if I work with you, we're co-workers. And if you screw up as a co-worker, then I am under an integral obligation to still address that the same as I would if somebody that I worked with that I didn't care for or somebody that I had hardly any relationship with, how I would, it's acting the same. Professional is acting the same no matter what ties you have. Not expecting that just because the president is also somebody that you go bowling with every Sunday, you don't expect them to give you special treatment just because.
Private.
What was the other one?
Private.
So private would be, that would be where the secrets are. That would be you don't need to see under my closet behind the staircase type thing. That's my private life.
Yeah, you don't get to walk around in my boneyard in my closet.
Right, and you definitely don't get to touch anything if you do get to. You're there merely as an observer.
As a guest.
As a guest.
And don't make yourself comfortable either.
Right, because you can be kicked out at any time.